The Chinese were already familiar with the techniques of wall building by the time of the spring and autumn period between the 8th and 5th centuries BC. During this time and the subsequent Warring States period, the states of Qin, Wei, Zhao, Qi, Han, Yin, and Zhongshan all constructed extensive fortifications to defend their own borders. Built to withstand the attack of small arms such as swords and spears, these walls were made mostly of stone or by stamping earth and gravel between board frames. The Great Wall of China is a series of fortifications that were built across the historical northern borders of ancient Chinese states and imperial China as protection against various nomadic groups from the Eurasian steppe. Several walls were built from as early as the 7th century BC, with selective stretches later joined together by Qin Shi Huang in 220–206 BC, the first emperor of China. Little of the Qin Wall remains. Later on, many successive dynasties built and maintained multiple stretches of border walls. The most well-known sections of the wall were built by the Ming dynasty. Apart from defense, other purposes of the Great Wall have included border controls, allowing the imposition of duties on goods transported along the Silk Road, regulation or encouragement of trade, and the control of immigration and immigration. Furthermore, the defensive characteristics of the Great Wall were enhanced by the construction of watchtowers, troop barracks, garrison stations, signaling capabilities through the means of smoke or fire, and the fact that the path of the Great Wall also served as a transportation corridor. The frontier walls built by different dynasties have multiple courses. Collectively, they stretch from Liudong in the east to Lop Lake in the west, from the present-day Sino-Russian border in the north to Tao River in the south, along an arc that roughly delineates the edge of the Mongolian steppe, spanning over 20,000 kilometers in total. Today, the defensive system of the Great Wall is generally recognized as one of the most impressive architectural feats in history. A more controversial question is whether the wall is visible from low Earth orbit. NASA claims that it is barely visible, and only under nearly perfect conditions. It is no more conspicuous than many other man-made objects. Veteran U.S. astronaut Gene Cernan has stated, at Earth orbit of 100 to 200 miles high, the Great Wall of China is, indeed, visible to the naked eye. Ed Lu, Expedition 7 science officer aboard the International Space Station, adds that, it's less visible than a lot of other objects. And you have to know where to look. In October 2003, Chinese astronaut Yang Luwei stated that he had not been able to see the Great Wall of China. In response, the European Space Agency issued a press release reporting that from an orbit between 160 and 320 kilometers, the Great Wall is visible to the naked eye. Leroy Chiao, a Chinese-American astronaut, took a photograph from the International Space Station that shows the wall. It was so indistinct that the photographer was not certain he had actually captured it. Based on the photograph, the China Daily later reported that the Great Wall can be seen from space with the naked eye, under favorable viewing conditions, if one knows exactly where to look.
Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe.